Here we go. 88, that's me. And 3, 2, 1, we are away with... Let's go, Flamingo. Oh, you spotted the flamingo. Let's go. What's up, Xenomorphica? Oh, right. Suikoden 1. Let the intense RNG manipulation begin. I am going to be playing on an emulator, and I am going to be... when it comes to making safety saves, I'm going to be using save states rather than the actual in-game save function, because using the in-game save function breaks some manips that I need to do. I'll try and only use save states where I can legally save it in the game, like at proper save points. But I might also get scared and use them at some cheeky illegal points. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll... Yeah, who knows. Alright, so, now I kind of feel like... Do I need to be explaining the story? I took... Presuming, maybe wrongly, that most people watching will be at least semi-familiar with the story here. So I might instead use my commentary. Save stage you did. I might try and explain what I'm doing with RNG manipulation rather than... Jeez, what the hell was that bird doing? Up, left, up, down, right. Was that it? I think that was it. Okay, left plus 5. Right, so... Yeah, last I heard you were encouraging save states, SRD. Gremio ain't gonna have time to burn the stew. We're gonna be out of here before he even knows it. Okay. So, speedrunning this game involves an awful lot of RNG manipulation. And I guess as a kind of overarching way of explaining what I'm going to be doing a lot of the time, I'd say, like, imagine that the RNG is a big old sequence of numbers from like 0 to a bajillion, some impossibly big number. There are certain points along that sequence where certain events live, and we need to guide the game through, you know, doing certain actions, need to guide the game to hit or sometimes miss particular actions along that sequence, whether that's enemy encounters, drops from encounters, which we're going to see in a minute with Holy Rune. Or controlling what the actions that enemies take in fights. Oh, I was going to save it. Gonna just... So this is a legal save point, so I'm gonna... Just real quick. I'm gonna scoot it right down to the bottom here. Takes kind of a long time to make a save state. Gonna try not to do that too much, but also... I am worried about my ability to complete this run because it has been a while. Right, left plus 5. And what I mean by that is I'm going to exit through the left side of this and then take an additional 5 steps. Except I took an additional 4 steps, but that's probably fine. It just means we're going to have to take 20 or 30-ish steps on this world map here before we see our 3 Bonbon fight. Which I would reset if I was running competitively, but here, that's just fine. Gonna fail a run. Then we're gonna Gremio attack 3, Pawn 1, and Ted 1. And then we'll see a question mark pot drop from this. This is the first example of RNG manipulation. I took a very precise pathing out of Gregminster to land the RNG sequence in a place where I would see that fight first, and then carried out actions in the fight in a certain way, so that I landed on that question mark pot drop. And that question mark pot is a Celadon urn, which we're going to appraise and sell for 10k. Thanks, Fiesta. I appreciate that. And this fight, we are fighting in a very particular way to guide the RNG sequence to land at the place where this lives. And now we've got that Holy Crystal, and I'm glad we got that out of the way, because that is maybe the hardest manip in the run, which is why we're fine to have hard manips in the beginning, because resetting 5 minutes into a 3-hour run is not as big of a deal. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. The other hard manip is Taiho's dice game, which is like 40 minutes into the run. And I was practicing it earlier today, and man, there are so many parts of it to get. I have to get the movement through the town of Kaku step perfect. Then you have to, like, do some inputs with only a few frames, with only a window of a few frames each, and the indicators for where to hit those inputs is really difficult. Then even once I do that, I have to go outside and try and get on the boat at the right point. You'll see when I get there, but yeah, it's my practice of Taiho manip did not go well. But it's fine, I'm sure it's all fine, I'm sure it's all gonna be fine. Replay Suikoden 1 after 4 hit difference of Ted, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for that part. So incredibly excited. Right, now the interesting thing about that Dragonflight animation is that it like hard resets the game's RNG to one of two values. Okay? So one value gives us this fight with 2 furfurs, and another value gives us a fight with 3 furfurs. And on this one we get 2 fights. On the other one we only get 1, but that's fine. Now we are also fighting this in a very particular way. Really we just need 2 turns worth of that Unite to kill it, but I'm choosing who I attack with very precisely to manip some stat growths at the end. I think it's really just Pan's power that needs to grow by 4, yeah, to become 40 there, so we got that. So yeah, speedrunning this game is like kind of walking a big old tightrope. If you fall off it, there are certain points in the game where you can kind of get up and try again, like RNG resets, like the Dragonflight, but they don't come around very often. So generally, if you fall off the tightrope, i.e. you lose your place in the RNG sequence by messing up movement or something, it's very difficult to recover. Give me those astral conclusions, Leknat. Go on, Moobot. Follow the Suikothon channel. Stuff happens on there sometimes. I think I came second in the Suikoden quiz. Right, now we're about to fly back to Gregminster, so this is another RNG reset. But it's not really a very significant one. Because there aren't really any RNG events between now and the next reset that matter very much. There's a world map walk from Gregminster to Rockland. Where it would be nice to be able to control the RNG so we can do that walk with no fights reliably, but kind of difficult. But that's really it, and that's not... If we see some encounters on that world map walk, it's really not the end of the world for this. It annoys me when I'm trying to run competitively, but I'm much more chill here. I'm much more concerned about the bigger things going wrong rather than like the little time saves. Yeah, looks like I think Suikoden 4 it is the only Suikoden game not being run in Suikothon 4. Just, yeah, not enough runner availability, I think. So, you know, anyone wants to fill out the Suikoden 4 speedrunner roster, have a little look. The New Game Plus categories are like the shortest, some of the shortest Suikoden speedruns that there are. I guess except for the New Game Plus Tactics, maybe. Suikoden 4 lives as a background, yeah. Yeah, Zero has saves for New Game Plus somewhere, I believe. What's up, Villa or Doge? It's an excellent emote. Yeah. So there's not really a way, I don't think. You can, in like certain emulators, you can like brute force your coordinates past like the Quaba checkpoint or whatever and carry on the game with Ted in your party. But then as soon as it comes to like, or you can make it trigger certain story events while Ted's still in your party, and then you carry on and then you continue the game. But then when like Victor joins you and then Odessa joins you, there's not enough space in the party, so the game just you know, poops the bed and crashes. So sadly not possible to rescue Ted. Alright, now I'm gonna go... Now we're gonna be sat on this cup game for a little while. So this cup game is an RNG reset. So opening this screen hard resets the RNG value back to zero. Not zero, but you know, back to a reliable value. And the results of the cup game are determined by RNG. Therefore, it's the same sequence every time. On most consoles, I think most consoles except the PS TV or PS Vita, it can be one of a handful of values, but on the PS Vita / PS TV, it's the same value every time. So it's the same sequence every time. normally, in the run of this category... Oh, I should say what the category is. We're going to 108%. So we're recruiting all 108 characters, but we are going to be using glitches, and there are going to be a few glitches that haven't been showcased in a Suikothon, in like a marathon setting before. Yeah, the remaster speedruns, no RNG minute, yeah. Imagine having to do the wheel. Lepant's wheel with no RNG minute. So yeah, normally in this category I would play 8 games here. And that's like... Wait. Yeah. And that's like very carefully budgeted exactly how much money I need. Maybe with a little bit of a buffer worked in there, but not very much. So, what I'm going to do now... So that's the 8th game. I'm going to play 2 more, make it 10. Then, I'm sorry to say, I'm going to exit the game, save it, and then relaunch and play 8 more. This is 9, which is left. This is 10, which is middle. He never puts it on the right. So this is a legit save point. There. Right, now I'm going to play my usual 8 games, and it has to be 8 because it sets me up in the right RNG place. What's up, John Niles? Yeah, you missed SRD's run of Suikoden Tactics. And just the very beginning, well, the first 17 minutes and 50 seconds of this. And that's all. Alright, we're nearly done with this cup game, I promise. This is number 5. So it's going to be in the middle again. He loves the middle. Then we've got 2 on the left and 1 back in the middle, and then we're done. What's up, Mr. Redstone? It's not quite middle every time. It's RNG minute, yeah. So opening Marco's cup game resets the game's RNG value to a set reliable value, and then the sequence of cups is determined by the RNG sequence, so it's the same sequence of results in the game every time. At least it is on PS TV/PS Vita. On other consoles like PlayStation, I think it can be one of a handful of values, so one of a handful of different set sequences that the game gives you. Okay, this is number 8, so middle, and then we're done. How old is Marco? Well, supposedly, isn't he supposed to be like a 10-year-old boy that clearly has the sprite and portrait of like a 70-year-old woman? 8-year-old boy. And so now, because I am just coming off the back of that game, which advances the RNG in a very reliable way, and you might have seen I took some weird pathing out of Rockland. I went left before I went down. That was to spend some additional frames on the screen in Rockland to push the RNG sequence forward so that I land here in this very specific place in the sequence, so that I get this big fight without, this big stretch without a fight, and then this lets me run away. The next fight I'm going to see is 2 boars in the bottom left corner of this screen, and then it's going to be a failed run first, and then a successful run. And we force this fight here. This is so now we're entering this scene on a controlled RNG value. Bribe glitch, first instance of the bribe glitch. I'll talk more about that in a second. So we want to be on a controlled value at the start of this scene because of what Ted's about to do. This spell is hell, and it advances the RNG somewhere in the region of like 24,000 like sequence places. But it's like kind of random. The only way you can have a reliable amount of RNG advancement with that spell is by controlling the value that you go into the fight on, controlling the value that it starts on, so that's what we do. We very much can buy our way through the game, and that's precisely what we're going to do. Oh, the glitches are used there in the PS1 version too. Yes, the glitches will be. The RNG manipulation also is, but the values, the starting values will be different. So the precise setups and manipulations that I do around the RNG on this will be different on the PS1, but you could, in theory, the RNG sequence is calculated in the same way, like, you could set up your own set of manips for a run on the PS1. Load times would be longer, though. But the bribe glitch is definitely there on PS1. So the way the bribe glitch works is the boss fights, like the Varkas and Stonia fight there, and most forced fights as well, are not... The game shouldn't let you bribe them, or the game doesn't let you bribe. If you just press bribe, it will say you failed to make a deal, regardless of how much money you've got. Yep, we're going to use the multiple recruit glitch for Hellion and Sonya. So yeah, the bribe glitch basically, as long as you've got enough money you like double tap X, and before the text "you failed to make a deal" appears, if you hit X again, then it lets you just bribe any fight in the game. Which is, it's not even hard to do. Like, literally, you just double tap or you just mash X on the bribe, and if you've got enough money, like 3 times the amount that you would get from... Yeah. Yeah, I just did it with the Queen Ant and with Varkas and Sidonia. But boss nerd, someone playing Suikoden indeed. Gonna try and play it very, very fast. Solely as Suikoden 1, hell yeah. I see you're a fan from your Twitch handle. Probably. I think, rather than like fixing all the glitches, I think it's likely that they'll just kind of rebuild the game on a new engine where the glitches just won't exist. I say as if I have any idea how games are made. That's really me just kind of saying words that I've read other people write on forums and stuff. Yeah, if it has glitches, there'll be very different glitches, yeah. I wonder if they will fix not in front of a children. I don't know. Because presumably they'll just like... I mean, they're importing all the sprites from the look of it. So presumably they're also gonna just like... They're not gonna like rewrite all the dialogue. So presumably any translation weirdness. Unless there are any particular like known instances. Like maybe that one will get fixed because that's quite a well-known one. Oh, bits of preview show a different translation, did they? Ported to Unity, yeah. See, this is a language I really only have like basic. I'm not conversationally fluent in game developer language. You know what I mean? I have a few phrases that can sometimes get me by in conversations with people who also don't know a lot. Oh, and you said you were going to get medicine. This isn't medicine, this is soldiers. Every time you do this. What a jerk, indeed. Recommended treatment is a soldier beat down. Yep. There are currently 4 Suikoden 1 categories. Any percent and 108%, both with and without glitches. But there's been talk, there's been rumblings of making another, presumably another pair of categories, which would be no bribe glitch, but all other glitches allowed. Because... just going to take the opportunity to save here. Because the most recent thing we found is there's some invisible character stuff and ways that you can recruit certain characters over and over again and give them their starting levels over and over again so you get them to level 99 really quickly, namely Hellion and Sonya. And yeah, so it'd be really interesting to be able to use those glitches. Along with like Invisible Vicky for early teleportation and stuff. Multiple character recruitment using the invisibility glitches and stuff. But the fact that it lets you get level 99 characters, but then the only categories you can use that in are categories where you don't fight the bosses. It's like, we want to try and use these level 99 characters in the boss fights, you know? Because with bribe glitch in play, as it is with all the current glitched categories, the game in a large part is about money management, really. A lot of the routing is around money management. Which is kind of why I gave myself an extra 100 grand cushion by playing another 10 Marco games. Because while it's like, you know, it's a huge part of the run with the bribe glitch, I think it's probably the least interesting part of like routing and figuring out how to do this with all the RNG manipulation, all the glitches that we have. Planning something as mundane as like, do I have enough money to bribe all the bosses is like just kind of boring, you know? So it'd be fun to be able to have all the other exploits in play while not having the money management thing. Oh, was I supposed to skip text there? Yes, I was. Yeah, childhood. One of my friends had it. Just, you know, we were kids. I'd say probably a couple of years after it was released, but, you know, I'd have been like 10 and he would have been like 8. And his mum had it. And then a couple of years later, he got Suikoden 2 for like his birthday or Christmas or something. And we like were super excited by that because we'd played the first one together. So yeah, it's all like just games I've loved since I was a kid, really. And then the way I got into speedrunning was I guess YouTube just knew that I was into Suikoden and it showed me Zero's RPG Limit Break run in, I want to say, 2019? Yeah. Good Christmas memory getting Suikoden 2. Cooking minigame is great. Maybe. I think I knew of Omnigamer already. It's like I've seen a few of his other videos. Okay, we're looking for left, right from the NPC, but I am a bit late, so we might have missed it. Nope. Okay, so what I did there was, as I said, we've been trying to like really kind of hone in on certain points in the big long RNG sequence. And the point I was trying to hone in on there is that long space where no fights live, so I could get that world map walk with no fights. And the way I was able to find that exact spot in the RNG sequence where there were no fights is by looking at the NPC. That's why I waited to look at the NPC in the top left before leaving the inn. Our NPC movement is determined by RNG, so I waited until I saw a certain movement from that NPC, and that's my signal to go, and then I hit the right place in the RNG sequence. And I'll be doing it again in a minute. Next time we leave Lenin Camp, we'll be doing it in a very similar way, looking for a different movement pattern, obviously, but... And this is all bribe glitch as well. So if you see what I mean, like, you're not supposed to be able to bribe these fights. It should just say you failed to make a deal. But if you hit X, like, again, before the text has a chance to show up in the box, it will just let you bribe anything. As long as you have the money, which is 3 times the amount that you would get if you won the fight. Except with some bosses, it's a weird, small number, because maybe it, like, overflows or something, we're not really sure. Because bosses aren't really supposed to even have a bribe amount, but they all do. But some of the amounts don't quite make sense. Screw the rules, I have money. Exactly. There's a fun irony about that, because you're fighting against the corruption of the Empire, and hang on a second. No text skip, walk most, dash a few steps, take 1 step to the right. That's why we take 1 step to the right. Did you see that? Oh, that was so satisfying. Because that guy can move that way in front of the door. And it has really screwed me on a couple of occasions, because, like, we need to have a very precise number of frames that we spend on that screen to not completely fall off where we are in the RNG sequence. And that guy blocking me, Stand Indaway, is from this game. He lives in Kaku though. But yeah, he's got a cousin in Lenin Camp there, who also loves to stand in the way. And so I made a little setup where I just always take one step to the right on that walk to avoid him, in case he does that movement pattern, and he did it. And so I'm pleased with myself. Now, I believe I have not seen a world map encounter since the Celadonna and Holy Rune fights. I think I got to Rockland without one, got back to Gregminster without one. Did both the walks successfully to and from Rockland Lenin Camp. And I've been trying to do that in a competitive, and some of it is just luck. Some of that is, you know, RNG luck. Some of it is manip though. And I've been trying to do that, get the RNG luck, and have my manips executed properly in a competitive run for a long time. And can't remember a time when I've been able to do it. Marathon, yeah, you don't want any world map fights? Fine, don't have any. Thanks, RN Jesus. Not if it's bitter. We'll remember this scene on a permanent loop. We don't want to take the tea, led on. This is why we didn't want to take the tea. This is the kind of the second implication that the other members of our party all have their own money, by the way. There was when Victor was bribing the guy to let us out of Gregminster, he stole Gremio's wallet. And just then, Ledon goes around to everyone except McDowell and steals their money. And he's like, whoa, these guys are loaded. Why am I paying for all their stuff? Why am I paying for everyone's armor upgrades and weapon upgrades? I mean, actually, in this run, as it happens, I'm not. I don't buy anyone anything. But, well, I guess I buy palms and weapon upgrades at one point. But if they've all got their own money, why am I... Pay for your own stuff. Alright, now we see, I think it's one snail, like here. Yeah. Two snails. Two snails, yeah. And that's a run. Alright. Now I want to try and walk through the middle of the door to this inn. Why do I have to say it out loud and put the pressure on myself? Doesn't really matter. It just means that we'll see an additional world map fight on the way back to the mountain, I think. This is my favourite dialogue choice in the game, by the way. Can't you sleep? And then she says, can I tell you something? I'm not interested. And then she just doesn't tell you. So there's a lesson there. If anyone looks like they're going to launch into something that you just don't want to sit through, just tell them you're not interested. And then they won't tell you about it. That's what I learned from Suikoden. They think we did it. But we didn't. Yeah, so this. She didn't even get angry about that. Like, we just let Victor, etc. all think that we did it, even though Flick's like his best friend and she's like his girlfriend. Can he actually? That's fun. Alright, so I've got this sequence of encounters pretty well memorized, but I also have it on a list here. As I've mentioned several times, we're controlling where we are in the RNG, so I know exactly what encounters I'm going to see. Rabbits here, which we can run from. And then another set of 6 rabbits. Just at the bottom of these steps, well, that we have to bribe. I know, not opening the chest is such a, such like a mental barrier to get past. Because I remember thinking the same thing when I first started watching speedruns of this game. I'm like, but you're missing items! Boo doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. Blah blah. Pretty sure it makes the music better when I do that, and really adds to the emotional gravity of the scene. I'm pretty sure it does. No need to confirm. That's why we all do it, really. Yeah, so the bribe glitch, basically, as long as you've got enough money, you can bribe anything, even the boss fights. You just have to, like, double tap or, like, mash X really fast on the bribe button so that the text, "you failed to make a deal," doesn't have a chance to show up on screen. You will take this deal, and you may not refuse, exactly. It does still take money from you, yeah, so you have to have enough money. Which most of the time is 3 times the amount of money you would have made by beating the fight. Alright, because for the memes, for the marathon memes, we've got to go Stolterheim, Rheinbach the 4th. I hope you all agree. Where'd Odessa go? You know, it's probably best we don't talk about it. There was a weird thing with a kid who inexplicably got into our hideout and, yeah, things got messy. Door-to-door salesman with a very persuasive deal, exactly. Suikothon the 4th. Yeah. I understand, Gremio. It's all fine. Right, now... Yeah, she's probably gone on that secret mission up north, yeah. Maybe her and Tio are having an affair. Oh my god. We've unraveled it. Or maybe she just disguised herself as Sonia. I kind of have, like, you know, similar vibe. Well, actually not really. Okay. Now I've got another NPC indicator here. So I was looking for an up movement from any of those 3 kids. And I need to react quickly and run out quickly as soon as I see it. So I think that was good. Would really quite like another safety save sooner rather than later. Because we've got Tai-Ho coming up, and I think I am going to do an illegal save state just before I have to do Tai-Ho, because if Tai-Ho goes too badly wrong, it just screws up. There was the bribe glitch. See how the text didn't appear in the thing? If Tai-Ho Manip goes too badly wrong, it really screws up, like, so much of the next, like, hour of the run. Oh, I forgot to showcase all this killing in front of her children. Dang. Crime? What, my illegal save state? Just in that I might make a save state at a point where it's not an actual save point in the game. Not in front of her children. Yeah, if I need to make an illegal save state, I'll try not to do it in front of her children. It's the least I can do. Well, we seem to be in the right place anyway. We've got this nice big gap with no fights, which is intended. Because I did try and practice Tai-Ho Manip earlier quite a lot, and it did not go well. It's really hard, and I haven't done runs of this game in so long. Now we force a fight just outside the town here. And I'm sorry, I know it's illegal, but I am going to do it. Just because, honestly, it will be a better experience for all of us if I get this manip right. So, try not to get too mad about it. Okay, perfect movement. Okay. Alright, that's step 1. Phase 1 of 3 complete. Yeah, see, you guys didn't see nothing. So yeah, perfect movement through the town was phase 1. Phase 2 is buffering the inputs on the dice game correctly, which is probably the hardest part. Okay, got that. 663. Oh. Okay, there's a 5-frame window there, and I got the 5th frame. It's fine now. Okay, phase 2 of 3 complete. Now I just got to get this NPC indicator right. Guys, I don't wanna jinx it, but we might have just nailed it first try. Well, I think we're close enough that I don't need to load my illegal save. And this get audience manipulation, exactly. Yes! Guys, we absolutely smashed it. Thank you for pretending not to see my illegal save. I really appreciate that. Feel like we all went through something there, and we've come out the other side of it stronger. What the hell am I talking about? Right, let me get my encounters up. What's up, Fahad? I think that does mean it never existed, yeah. I think. Pretty sure those are the rules. So we're open to bribes. Oh, I see. IRL bribe glitch. Taiho's bank balance did not come through stronger. He lost a whopping 2k. Zombie Dragon's bank balance, though, that's about to go way up. There it is. Right, what are we calling the castle? I'm starting to flag a little bit, and I've got a massive can of Red Bull here, so I'm just gonna crack this open real quick. Any thoughts on castle name? I usually just call it a castle because it's the fastest input. So we can call it that, but open to suggestions. Brick castle. It's on the table. Currently the only thing on the table. Castle Jeff. Quite like the randomness of Jeff. McCastle. Wait, McCastle. I like that. Limit Castle. I enjoy McCastle. Is that enough? I think that's 8. That's 8 characters, isn't it? Yep. Seattle Castle. Caffeine Castle because I just cracked the Red Bull. Nice. Rook Castle, as in chess. I'm with you. Suikothon, yeah. Took Castle would be funny as a little nod to the silly glitch with importing to Suikoden 2. But I quite like McCastle Castle. I like the ring of that. So we'll go with that. Very nice. Let's go with that name, indeed. To avoid copyright from oh yeah, from yeah, those golden arches, they'll get you. Alright, we've now got Lepant's Wheel of Hell. Matthew tells us that this guy is, you know, what, military leader, real solid guy who we want on our team. After having seen the inside of his house, I would beg to differ. This man is clearly insane. Oh, first invisible character glitch coming up. This is the longest known one. We've got Invisible Vicky right here. No, well, I mean, he's refusing visitors at the moment. Just trying to live the dream, have a casino in the basement, yeah. Just wheel with, like, killer robots that come and attack you if you land on certain spaces. So that's the first of 2 times we'll see the Invisible Vicky glitch. And the same principle that that works off is going to let us see a few more invisible characters throughout the course of this run. First, I believe that's our first optional recruit, Rock. Ooh, that's a little earlier than we wanted to see that. Victor is in Suikoden 2, indeed. He and Flick, a little double act. I'm going to just be real careful with my movement here because I'm a little later in the RNG sequence than I would like, and we need to reach this spot here. Then I need to move very carefully here. There we go. Just took that very slow and steady. Ah, you got me. You found the flaw in my logic. Indeed, we will not see the invisible characters. And that is the point. We'll see their character portraits, I suppose. I mean, these are the big questions, really, Redstone. Like, I dread to think. I mean, just the ramifications of a kid in a town having infinite money. And a very predictable, like, gambling game that people can easily exploit with infinite money to pay people out. I mean, ruined. Currency ruined. You do pay the Emperor and he immediately jumps off the roof. This is true. Ah, that's funny. Shout out Lorelei in the corner, indeed. Yeah, so little of them, and then the ones there are really, they're really just a room, maybe 2 rooms. I don't know, but, right, okay. When I first played this game, I thought that all the orange stuff under his face was like his bulging muscles. It's a scarf, or like his clothes. This is an inn, so this is a legal safety save. Small patrol sent to capture me, exactly. More bribe glitch. Oops. I mean, you can see it much clearer in Suikoden 2. Granted, he's older in Suikoden 2, but not that much older. We're killing Craze, right? Killing Craze. Oh yeah, I know what you mean with Luke's shiny hair circle. Look at him, look how buff he looks. There is, yeah. So I guess I'll kind of do a bit of a umbrella explanation of RNG manipulation in this game. So like, oops, whoops, no, Pan, I can forgive you, it's fine. So the way I like to think of it, and this isn't like a super accurate way of thinking about it, in terms of like the computing that's actually going on, but a way that I find helpful to visualize it is that, like, imagine there's a long-ass sequence of numbers, 0 to like a bajillion whatever. At certain number values along that sequence, certain events live. So, like, I know there's a fight with... There's this fight. I know this fight lives at this point in the RNG sequence, so I walked around out there to try and force it, so I can control the exact RNG value, the exact point in the sequence where I'm entering this town, so I can predict things like NPC movements. And yeah, all kinds of events live. I just had to concentrate for a second there. I'd like to get movement. If I force that fight and then get perfect movement through the town there, then I know that this guy, who we've affectionately nicknamed Stand in the Way, because he stand in the way, doesn't, in fact, stand in the way. An action also known as dock blocking. So yeah, NPC movements, enemy encounters are all determined by... you can think of them as events that live at certain points along that long sequence of numbers. And there are various things of the game, things that advance the game along that sequence of numbers. Being on a town, being on a screen with any moving NPCs on it is one of them. So if you're on a screen where NPCs are randomly moving around, so pretty much any town, the game's advancing along that RNG sequence once per frame per NPC to check every frame should any of these NPCs be randomly moving to the left or whatever. She got north on a mission, they just said it, exactly, verified. Verified from her bro. So when moving through towns, a lot of the time we require very, very precise movement, and we kind of use step count as a way of measuring how many frames we're spending on a screen. On screens with moving NPCs like that, it's all about how many frames we spend on that screen, which determines how far along the RNG sequence the game moves. So to control that, we take very precise pathing through towns a lot of the time. But then on screens where there are encounters, dungeons and the world map, RNG advances once per step. So in dungeons and on the world map, it is step count. And so basically we kind of, using movement through towns and stuff like that, we try and guide the game to land at a certain point in the sequence to start a given dungeon, so we can predict the order that we'll see the encounters and whether or not we can run from them or whether we need to bribe them and stuff like that. And then any encounters that we need to fight, we can, you know, as long as we've mapped it out, we know what moves they'll do, we know what items they'll drop, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's Victor. Oh, man, it's Victor, Luke, and Eileen. So Eileen, having Eileen in the back slot of our party also enables Invisible Vicky, but she's in a different place. Gotta remember to watch this little cutscene. So if you use Invisible Vicky and teleport here to start this part of the game without going to watch that cutscene in front of the castle, then the game just fully locks when you arrive in this town, and your run is dead. So don't do that. Again, I waited there. I knew that one of those NPCs was going to move down, because the point in the sequence where that down movement happens, that's my indicator to walk into the dungeon. So I knew that this was the fight we were going to see first, and I knew about where we were going to see it. Eileen's going to Voice of Earth it. And then all these characters going up levels as well. That advances the RNG sequence because the game uses RNG to determine stat growths. Now here's Visible Vicky. Now I'm going to pick up this very carefully. Here we go. Right. So I wanted to force that in a very particular spot so that, as I mentioned, RNG is increasing, is advancing once for every step that I take here. So if I force that fight in a very particular spot and then take a precise step count out the end of the dungeon, I have a very precisely controlled RNG value right now. So I know that I will walk this world map section coming up. I know that I'm gonna not see any encounters here. Is there a divisible Vicky? These are the real questions. And, you know, as far as I know, the boys in the lab are still working on that one. There's a Vicky for every occasion, indeed. Is he getting through his double Vicky? Yeah. Yeah, I hate the people in this town. I mean, they are all super racist. Literally, the shopkeepers go like, oh, how they start out by being like, oh, how can I help? And then they go, oh, what do you want? When they realize you're a human. Like, bro. I know there's beef between elves and dwarves, but, you know, humans, come on, leave us out of it. We just say that. There is currently a human trying to use a weapon of mass destruction to destroy their home right now, but they don't know that. Even though Kirkus is trying to tell him. Kirk's the hero we need. Yeah, surely this forest won't burn to the ground or anything. Surely their home will still be standing. By the time we get back from where we're going. Wikipedia. Nice. Oops. So I've controlled the... RNG-wise, controlled our arrival at Dwarf Trail here, so that all the fights we see are going to be successful runs, so we're not going to have to bribe anything. Now in this situation, where I've played an additional 10 Marco games and got a 100 grand cushion to play with, doesn't really matter too much, but in a competitive run, that's like, you know, not having to bribe a load of fights up here is a big deal. Now I'm going to save it here. This is where this actually happens to be the spot where I forced the last fight to control the RNG value leaving trail. Happens to be right next to a save crystal, so why not take advantage, you know? It's for an excuse to gamble. I mean, is it really gambling if I know exactly what the winning position is going to be every time? Now this is a bit of a jank NPC indicator. I'll get you kicked out of Vegas, it sure will. So I've heard. Yeah, we call that being the house, right? Now, did we do this right? My NPC indicator there is not super clear, not very ideal. It's the best I could come up with. Looking pretty good so far. Oop. Nice. I think this is... yeah. Although that's actually a little early. Like, that's slightly sooner. We wanted to see that sort of in this room, maybe. I think we'll be alright, though. Maybe. Well, I picked up the escape talisman in, Grey Forest. So if I don't have enough steps to pick up the escape talisman here, then it's not that big of a deal. Damn. Yeah. Okay, now I should skip the escape talisman here, because if I pick it up, it means I will see an additional fight. Oh, but actually... no, what I'll do is I'll skip the 5k chest, because I've got plenty of money. I want the escape talisman because I want to show off a funny way that it's used. Another bribe glitch. That's not the funny way that it's used, that's just the standard way. Do 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 do. Level 8? Yes, level 8. Ahaha! Remember to recruit Mies, otherwise the run dies. Now again, because I'm moving through a town, there's like 5 moving NPCs in this town, I think, so every frame that I spend out in that town really matters in terms of RNG advancement. It's, I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's like the, amount... well, so in the game's memory, there's like, the way it's set up is like, there's the number that determines what item it is. Like, you know, 1 is medicine, 2 is antitoxin, or whatever it is. And then the number that follows immediately afterwards is the quantity. And for Stallion's and Crin's escape talisman, the quantity, I think, is set to 0, which is true for items, which is also true for items that can't be used up, like armor. So, like, armor also all has a quantity. A quantity value, but that quantity is 0, meaning that there's no number to the right of it, meaning that it's not something that can be, like, used up. And those escape talismans also have a 0 value there, I think. Feel like I looked at it once. Alright, we've got this group of 5. Do you know, I'm just going to force a couple of fights here because... I think I can manip some leather armor. Not that I need it, but just be fun. Can't walk on the grass. On the world map. Aren't they trees? Isn't that like forest? But still, I'm sure 6 people could walk through a forest if they really put their minds to it. I remembered Templeton, look at me go. Another save. Sporadic Erratic raiding with a party of 7. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Suikothon. Hope you're all doing well. We've just witnessed the elves get massacred. Now we're going to do a little bit of massacring of our own. And I think we might get some leather armor out of it, although I might have done some pathing a bit weirdly, which might have broken it. Leather armor, nice. Really doesn't matter. That's just a bit of a money thing that I can do if I'm like if I've had to do any random bribes or whatever in proper runs. I did skip the 5k chest, I guess, but then I have 100k to play with. So at this point of the game, leather armor's going to enable the world record. I mean, it might. Every little counts in those runs. Alright, now these war fights are hard RNG resets. So we get to begin the sequence again from a reliable value. The last time we did that was the Marco Cup game, so ever since that I've been tracking the game's RNG, and like, you know, yeah, tracking RNG ever since Marco's Cup game until this point. I kind of like them in 2. I know a lot of people really don't, and I get it. But the fact that these are basically just a rock, paper, scissors, like the duels are, but as you get later in the game, like, you get ninjas, which just straight tells you what the opposition's going to do. Like, I just think they're a bit trivial. You know, I don't hate 5's war battles. I feel like with it all being like kind of live action, stuff moving around all at the same time, and you got to keep your mind on where things are happening. I don't know what the general opinion is on the war fights in 5, but I like them. Is that Mr. Pickles? Oh my god, Thomas the Tank Engine. I had to like hover over that and make it enlarge. But that is incredible. That's a top tier emote, that is. I got a lot of time for that. Now, step count doesn't have to be too precise here because, well, for a start, we're going to bribe that. Then we're going to force this fight here. Yeah, I have seen in speedruns you can just run straight past them. Well, yeah, the reason that this dragon fight is so hard is because the game forces all 6 of your party members. Okay, we're going desperate attack, defend, desperate attack, defend. Oh, he's going to be left with like 1 HP. Ah. If I could just find a good way to get 1 more power point on McDowell, on McDowell's power stat. But like any way, I could easily do that, but doing it in a way, oh yeah, this weird glitch happens. Forget about that every time. But like any way of setting up a fight so McDowell gets an additional power point takes longer than that 4th turn of the duel. So, and that's the only reason I would need the additional power point for. So, trying to find a way to manip an additional power point for McDowell's stat in a way that doesn't actually lose any time is tricky. Suikoden, what up, Moo Hero? Manip a power piece drop. Yeah, it could do, but again, it's like doing that and then using it will definitely take longer than just one extra turn on that duel. So it's like, it's really hard to find a way, but it's so annoying because it's so close. Well, I've got a second dice game manip coming up. Gaspar. Or Jasper. Whatever your preference. 3 months later. Oh, wait. This was the fun escape talisman thing I wanted to do. Saves like maybe a second. Hargy on Gaspar, yeah. Yeah, there are only like a couple of points in the game where it lets you do that. Where it lets you use escape talismans in the castle and then puts you somewhere else in the room. It's a very stupid use of an escape talisman. But can you see why I sacrificed a 5k chest to do it? Right. Pan, Juppo, Lepan. Pan, Juppo, Stallion, Lepan. Worth 5k for sure. Kill Sanchez before continuing? Yeah, why? Why, whatever do you mean? Now we're going to do a lot of walking, not dashing here. Yeah, and this is just to set up RNG for Gaspar Manip. But we, the reason we manip Gaspar is because it's for money. Because you can win triple. You can win like nearly 30k off them, which is a big deal. Little intimate moment with Lepant here. Feel closer to you already, you big orange goof. So if I'm not too worried about missing Gaspar Manip here because I can just keep playing until I win. But missing Gaspar Manip in a competitive run is, depending on how badly you miss it, pretty much going to be a dead run. And yes, I have missed it. Okay, do I have a backup? Backup Gaspar. Force 1 rock after a long gap. Exit and re-enter Kaku once and then short. Okay. Well, I missed it. I missed the text buffers anyway, so we're winging it. Please don't decimate my money. My God, famous last words, right? I saw those 2 1s and my... God, my... Yeah. I can't express myself without cursing very well, I discover every time I do one of these runs. So, I screwed up just about every aspect of that gas bar minute. Yeah, by 2 of those. Screwed up the setup, didn't see the fight I needed outside of Kaku. Tried to do my backup, and then screwed up the buffering the text boxes. So, there was nothing remarkable about that at all. Saw 2 1s and had flashbacks. Yes, exactly. Another invisible character coming up, though. This is a fun one. I mean, they're all pretty fun. Here he is. What's up, Shmoo? Taiho didn't kill the run, we're already winning. Yep. I am in agreement. What's he doing there? Just hanging out. So, I mean, I try and explain it to the best of my ability. So, the game is very well coded, yeah, that's the gist of it. So every character that's supposed to be on a screen is always there, but sometimes, like, they just don't have a sprite, or sometimes most of the time their coordinates are, the position for their coordinate position is just set to 0, 0, so they're like way up in the top of the screen, you can't ever see them. For some reason, in certain situations, having a particular character in the back position of your party can alter an unrecruited character's coordinates. So that's what happens with Vicky. For whatever reason, and it only works at castle level 1, but for whatever reason, having Cleo in the back position of your party puts invisible Vicky in the first place we saw her. Having Eileen in the back slot of your party puts invisible Vicky in the second place we saw her. It was Moose. Yeah, and there are certain instances of that, so like, we're actually going to see another one pretty soon. Yeah, so you can teleport before recruiting Vicky, yeah. Well, a guy called Piriel found the very first instance of Invisible Vicky years ago. Is this right? Yeah, sorry, I'm talking and gonna make mistakes. Found the very first instance of Invisible Vicky years ago. And then between me and another runner called 01337, who will be taking part in this marathon, between us, we kind of used that same principle to explore the game and look for others in other places. I thought of looking to see if any other characters, if Invisible Vicky was accessible with any other characters, and I discovered that she was, but other characters put her in a different place. So that then, off the back of that, Zero wrote a little tool that plugs into our emulator, and we just, yeah, kind of scoured the game. Be careful, something's wrong. I say, Commander's team, charge. Yeah, you get her at castle level 2, yeah. No blinking mirror for those first teleports, exactly, yeah. It's flick speed. Oh, doesn't matter yet. No, so another kind of aspect, by the way, so remember that there's a Matthew sprite on this screen, right? There's a Matthew party change sprite that lives on this screen. Yeah, another aspect of it is that everyone who is supposed to be on that screen needs to be there. So, there are certain characters that can appear invisibly in your castle, but they will only appear once you've recruited everyone else who also lives on that screen with them. Which is random, but yeah. Yeah, if only we could figure out a way to glitch blink and mirror. Now, Hellion. This is the juiciest one. And anyone can do this one, by the way. This one is super easy. Anyone can do this. I'm just going to visit the shop real quick first. Crystals. So recruit Hellion once, enter and exit the inn, and then as long as Camille is in the back of your party when you re-enter the inn, speak to that invisible spot that I just did, and then it will auto-walk you over here, and then you can trigger Hellion recruitment again. And because Hellion joins at level 39, I think, or 29, basically, before you recruit Hellion, her background level is level 1, and then when you recruit her, it adds 28 levels to her to bring her up to level 29. Each time I'm recruiting her again invisibly, it's adding another 28 levels to her. So now, after this time, Hellion is now level 99. Exactly. And now, put Luke in the back position, and go to Garen. Got yourself a cheeky Matthew party menu here. And we are gonna admit, who are we admitting? Stallion. And Hellion, there she is. Level 99. Oh, speed's only 117. That's annoying. She's gonna get outsped by Flick later in the game, but that's fine. So forcing this fight here, because then Hellion earthquakes it. And are you ready? Boom. Who remembers grinding for hours for that? Now we're just doing a quick loop around town with Stallion's world map speed so that we get access to all these places on the teleport menu. Nice. Work better if there was a casino in the town. As always, I'm impressed by your seemingly unending supply of those. That's Stallion's infinite escape talisman. Just gonna throw the nameless in, we don't need it anymore. Yeah, at least 108, 108 chances to make terrible puns. Nice, I like it. Oh no. Softlock PTSD. It's Pierre Blanche, not Ante, yeah. And this is Premiere L'Amour. I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Does have a, yeah, touch of the nuclear scientist about him, doesn't he? Character is current gen. Nice, okay, I'm with you. It took me a minute. Some deep Lorelei about her. Nice. Just Lorelei to my face about it. You guys. On fire. Got the lot dialogue. Do 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 do. Better Lorelei low for a bit. Gremio is man. Indeed, as RJ has confirmed. You will sort of see that guy again. There he is. This might be the last time, though. I think I'm going to remove him from my party before we get to see him again. Lou can't get away with this. Okay, we need to admit Pan and Hellion. The elephant sound on the dragons is just great. It's always a joy. So this whole section gave speedrunners of this game a headache for a long time. In terms of RNG manipulation, I mean, because it's a lot of teleporting between different towns, running back and forth between different towns, and inside different towns. And then ending up in a dungeon that can be a pretty scary place if you're not prepared for what's coming. Sonnier Prison. So, yeah, you have to do a lot of tracking where you are in the RNG sequence. And as I said earlier, running through towns with all the moving NPCs on them that are advancing the RNG every frame, several times every frame, can be really tricky to pinpoint where you are in the RNG at the start of Sonnier Prison. I think it's hard to know what encounters are coming up, especially because we need a item drop from the encounters in Sonnier Prison. We need the opal. That is a flamingo behind me. Yeah, his name's Fernando. He's a drinks holder. I got a cocktail served to me in him once, and then I took him home. And now he lives in the background of my stream. Hey, don't let him hear you say that. So yeah, it was really tricky to hone in on the exact right spot on the RNG for Sonnier. But then we kind of discovered just how OP NPC indicators are. So I was looking for two of there are three characters in the basement there. Joppo, Kamendol, and Kryn. And I was looking for two of them to move down simultaneously. When that happens, I know that's my signal to go. If you come to my house, the flamingo isn't really there, yeah. Go faster for ADHD. I'll try. There's the opal. Whoops. Oh, I'm doing a lot of walking into walls here. Bribe glitch. Witch encounter. Bunch of rolling boulders is not an earthquake. Earthquake is a terrible name for that spell. I just chose let go. Or used earthquake on it. Oh yeah, Parn needs levels for the TO duel. Sorry, I now understand what you were asking. Yeah, it's for Parn's levels. Ah, if only. There's an invisible victor in Gregminster that that triggers the whole bribing the guard at the gate sequence. But I don't think you can actually access it legitimately. I think you have to like brute force the invisible sprite into a accessible tile. But then even then, I don't think the game actually continues. Literal Oppenheimer kidnapped metaphorical Oppenheimer. Oh yeah, there goes Gremio. Maybe I should have taken a moment to acknowledge the passing of our fallen androgynous comrade. Yeah. Fs/crying emojis for Gremio. Gremio over. No. That's not an escape talisman moment, and I know that, yet I try it every time. Wherever he is, he's naked and unarmed. Yeah, that moment really gets you on the first playthrough. Lulu. Yeah, no one gives a fuck about Lulu. Oh, I mean, no one cares. Forget which channel I'm on. Apologies. We've got a fun manip coming up. SID cameo during Tom's run. Yeah, I think that's what that was. I think he just popped up. So the manip coming up is to recruit one of the chefs, you need a certain dialogue from Marie. Camille, Kryn, and Kirkis. And whether or not Marie gives you that dialogue is determined by RNG. So I'm taking a very precise path through the dungeon here. To line the RNG up. I've got to not kill Milik. Thank you, Doc Cobrin. But then, yeah, so in theory, if you line the RNG up correctly, you could just go and speak to Marie and then get the dialogue you need to recruit Antonio. But when you're... The game implements kind of a weird thing where while you're stood in front of Marie, RNG is advancing every frame. It would also be advancing every... Very loud engine outside my window. It would be advancing every frame on Marie's screen anyway. Because Camille lives on that screen. So normally the RNG would be advancing once per frame, because Camille is in this room walking around randomly. But that's the reason I put Camille in my party. But the game does a weird thing where, because Marie needs to randomly determine whether Marie gives you this dialogue or not, if I take one step further, RNG will start advancing every single frame. So I have like a 3-frame window to step forward and hit X, like that. Got it. We'll stay. And you know what? We'll save as well. Milik would fit well in Howard Village, yes, for sure. Alright, Parn's moment to shine is coming up. Again, we get an RNG reset with these big war fights. Choose some weak fighters to make these little animations end quicker. Also, we're choosing very particular ones to land the RNG in a certain place. to manipulate the Tio Pan jewel. A lot of androgynous character portraits in this game, yeah. Yep. This dialogue choice makes no sense. Pan, I'll see you later. That means, no Pan, don't stay here and fight. And Pan, like, argues back. You have to say good luck to be like, yeah, sure, see you later. Makes no sense at all. Suikoden 1 does have War Battle permadeath. For famous examples are Luke and Eileen. It only happens if you choose the wrong option in the rock paper scissors style thing. Like if you choose to charge with Lepant's unit and the enemy does magic, which in the rock paper scissors style of it beats charge, then there's a chance that Eileen dies. Similarly, if you choose Luke's magic, and the enemy does bow, there's a chance that Luke dies. Would have been cool if his father was one of the 108 stars, yeah. Can he? I didn't even know that. Yeah. Exactly, because you could. Yeah, have Luke die. Load data into Suikoden 2. Does loading data into Suikoden 2 only work if you get all 108? Which you can't do if Luke is dead? I feel like you can still do it. Get him killed and see what happens on Sunday, yeah. Okay, now this is a really weird party menu. Gotta go. Oh, so you can still load Suikoden 1 data into Suikoden 2 if you don't get all 108. Dirty, dirty Sanchez. Now this is the part where 5 guys stand around and watch while an old woman throws rocks at the enemies. It's always fun. What happened to Yamku? Did Yamku jump in front of Taiho there? Missed that. Now, interestingly about that fight, because you can lose it, if they beat you, then the game doesn't end. It just says, they just go, come back when you're stronger and fight us again, and then maybe we'll think about joining or whatever. That causes the bribe glitch to not... The bribe glitch does work in as much as you can use the bribe glitch on that fight, and it pays the money and it ends the fight. But they say it triggers the you lost the fight, so come back when you're stronger dialogue. I just spoke to Sarah twice. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Orange guy. Should have this memorized by now, really. Alright, now I'm going to save here. Just before I do Georges, because Georges is an NPC, a RNG reset. Sure was. Gives you the same pattern every time. Vicky teleports you to the top side of Calica, so you can just enter, re-exit, and then teleport there with Vicky, and it just plops you on the other side, which is nice. Don't have to run through all those horrible houses. No. Not yet. Just for, like, you know, optimizing movement and stuff. Do it when we, do the last few bits of it when we come back. Blah 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 blah. Pay 20,000 then, you expensive pain in the butt. I always think it's funny that we bring Milik to recruit Ivanov as well. He talks about finally having his freedom, and we're literally bringing the guy who had apparently, like, imprisoned him or held him captive or whatever. Now we finish the fetch quest. This guy always swerves me. He tried! See how he tried? He did a little side moonwalk. Suikothon. What's up, Gino? The 105 months. That's a lot of months. Sure, RPG Limit Break appreciates it. Okay, now we're gonna throw this stupid soap. Thank you very much. Appreciate the good luck. Ugh. It kind of, well, it means that there are certain other items that will, because McDowell's inventory will fill up later on, and it means that there are other items that go to someone else's inventory that I think that ends up in Victor's inventory, and then we get rid of Victor at the end of Necklord's Castle, so we lose something. I can't remember precisely what now. Thanks, Ventura Roms. Appreciate the good luck. And I agree, Suikoden is an awesome game / series. And we've got to let all our guys reset their position before we give the next attack command. So otherwise the RNG, it does weird things with the RNG, and we need the RNG to be reliable, not only for the duel that happens immediately after this, but because the whole Necklord, the whole Concave, Necklord, and Dragons section is the RNG for all of that is tracked off the back of this war fight. So if I mess up if the RNG gets messed up in this war fight, then that's like catastrophic for the next like hour of the run. Well, half an hour, 40 minutes. It's basically a dead run. If I screw up that war fight and don't let the units reset their position, somehow do something wrong, then it's basically a dead run. Goodbye, Tio. Nom 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 nom. Let my rune eat your soul. And give me a spell that I will never use, because it takes too long. Sure did. Death by stick. Killed my own dad and sucked up his soul. Look at him. Look at that soul getting sucked up. Delicious. Dad Sag. It's Matthew saying, all troops pull back, or something. That man isn't wearing any pants. Nice, like it. Right. Next tab in the notes. Stallion. Flick. Hellion. Hey Vasi, I don't. I have actually never played either of those games. I've been told about them, and been told that I should play them. Yet here I still am, not playing them. I'm sure they do. They sound right up this channel's alley. Secret of Mana was childhood before discovered Suikoden. Yeah, I should play Secret of Mana, really. Heard so much about it. Yeah, music in Suikoden games is great. Especially the Warriors Village theme is a particular banger, in my opinion. Blurp. And he's gone. Except he's not gone, it's more like we're gone. Okay, up then down from two different NPCs. Oh, I think that was too early. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, we could be in trouble here. Not as such, no. I'm gonna go a little bit rogue here. So we're here, and I think we want to be here. So that's like 400. Yeah, it's very difficult to get back on once you've lost it. Okay, so that's 294. We need 447, so it's like 200. 200 frames at 60 frames per second. It's a little over 3 seconds. Okay, maybe. We already got the, did already get the Crimson Gift. 3 Elemental and 1 Golem. Oh. I saw that it's because I'm not used to bribing the Necklord fight. And so, because I'm not fighting Necklord anymore in the village, I'm bribing it. I have to wait a lot longer for the NPC indicator that I need. But I knew that, but I saw a pattern that looked a lot like it, and I panicked and went anyway. And I thought, oh, God, I knew that wasn't it. I needed to wait much longer. So I think we've recovered it here. But, we chewed through quite a lot of money to do it. then that is why we played a bunch of extra Marco games, so we have, you know, room to do that. And Flick outspeeds Hellion already, so the fight in Necklord's Castle is going to be quite slow, but that's also fine. Oh. Alright, we did it. Got back on track and fought the fights we needed to. Yeah, that was nearly real bad. I mean, it's obviously a huge time loss. Like, that would have been a dead run if I was trying to run competitively right now, but... yeah, bit of a blunder, but we got it back. How much money did... I wonder how much money we chewed through there. Maybe 30k? Lost 20k on Gaspar as well. Spent too much time here trying to save Ted. Yeah. Whew. I did pick up the Champion's Crystal, didn't I? I ran into that house and got the chest. Right? I think I did. Yes, I did. Good. That would have been a horrible way to throw the run away after having recovered it. Now I'm going to run up here, grab these guys. Crap, that's annoying. Whew, okay. I think we're looking good. Blah, blah, blah. Do, 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 do. Pretty sure it makes the music better when I do that. Pretty sure. Alright, now we won't see any fights until like the second to last screen before the Necklord boss fight. I think it is. And then we'll fight that in a way that is going to be kind of annoyingly slow. It's going to take 2 turns to kill the fight rather than 1 because Flick outspeeds Hellion. There's a step counting thing is part of the RNG manip, so RNG is advancing once per step. And, once per step when we're in dungeons and stuff, it's once or sometimes possibly more than once per frame. On screens with randomly moving NPCs. So it's about controlling how many frames you're on screens with NPCs. And then, yeah, encounters appear after a given number of steps in dungeons and places like this. And, you know, their order is determined by RNG, so it's... You can predict when we're going to see fights and how the enemies are going to behave. As long as I'm at my right spot in the sequence. Which when I arrived at Klon Cave I wasn't, because I misread my NPC movement indicator for leaving the village. Which is why that recovery was necessary. And that was why I was ducking back into the Klon Temple. Because RNG advances every frame in that temple screen because Hugo is randomly moving around. So RNG is being called every frame to see if Hugo moves, basically. So I was ducking back in there, spending a few seconds to push the RNG sequence forward, and then coming back out again, then checking where I am in the sequence of encounters in the dungeon, which I was able to look up using a tool that Zero made. Ban all tools, yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't really use the tool anymore. It was kind of, it was a pre-Taihoma nip thing, really. But I have it here as a backup. And I'm glad I did, because I had to use it. But the tool doesn't, like, you know, read directly from the game or anything. It's basically just a very advanced form of note-taking. Obake with the Prime sub, 7 months. Right, now, I got that speed rune piece. No, Victor, good. Victor doesn't have anything random. Just wanted to check because I got that unexpected speed rune piece drop. So the Champion's Crystal did go into Victor's inventory, but actually I've already equipped it, so it doesn't matter. Do, 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 do. This RPG Limit Break is, yeah, it's like an organization that hosts different speedrunning events, RPG speedrunning events. And this is a Suikoden one. There'll be lots of different Suikoden speedrunners over the weekend. Right, where am I going? Cool, I think if you put exclamation mark runner, is that command set up? Oh, there it is. Just exclamation mark R. And it's on the overlay. Okay, right. What am I doing? Dragons. Kuromimi, Kirkis, and Lucan. Chris, what's up, dude? Long time no see indeed. Missed another opportunity to stab Sanchez, indeed. Now, I'm a bit worried about this section because when I was practicing it earlier, my NPC indicators didn't they didn't go off right, and it confused me, and I couldn't, Okay, now we're going to Ante. Alright, now I get to put the controller down for a second in a minute. Get myself a little break. Hooray, Suikothon indeed! What's up, Current? Ah, right. Ugh. Ugh, big stretch. Go on, Mina. Yeehaw! Just a short rest. Don't regain spell slots. Unless I'm a warlock, which I don't think I am. Right, yep. So looking for down, left, down, and then walk to Vicky. And it's... Should have saved. Oh yeah, there's actually a character called Warlock, isn't there? I don't think I'm in the right place in the RNG again, and I'm not going to be able to recover it this time. We're just going to have to wing it. Hope for the best. Oh. No. When did I last save it? Anyone? Feel like it was a long time ago. Oh, jeez. No. Thank you. Right, okay. This isn't necessarily the correct spot to be in. But this is just... We just need 2 of these fights. We just need to fight 2 lots of those. I'm going to go and come and do this scene now. Pray for no world map fights. Because we're sort of getting to the point where we really can't just be bribing stuff willy-nilly. Like, it's getting too expensive, and our safety cushion is pretty depleted. Oh no! Oh. Well, I wanted to go and rest with the woman in downstairs. Because we all took some damage. Oh, I should have at least healed with Lucan's Mega Medicine. Damn it. Anyone else got medicine? Because he's about to leave the party. Wow. Okay. We're not too desperate just yet. That'll do. Alright, pray for another group of 3 elementals, 2 shields. Would you look at that? See, who needs RNG minutes? So now that's... Kirkus has enough levels to recruit Ruby, and as a group we have enough levels to not see any encounters on Seek Valley. Oh, alright, okay, and relax. Because RNG doesn't matter from this point. Well, there are more points in the run where it does, but for the rest of this section, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the elephant noise. Not windy. God, you know, it's been so many years since I had a Red Bull. And like I'm eating chocolate and drinking Red Bull, and the taste of that combination is taking me right back to being like 17 years old. That's basically what I lived on. It's been a long time. I'll give you the Soul Eater, Ted. Anything for you, mate. You're a 300-year-old man that befriended a 15-year-old boy. Seems legit. I mean, it's a legit diet. I'm not, you know, I'm not hating on it. It's just been a long time for me. Ted joining Odessa, Gremio, and Tio on the mission up north. Yeah. Ted's on his way north for a special mission. Oh, there he goes. Right, how long have I got? Got until 8 p.m.'s the next... Well, 8 p.m. my time. 52 minutes from now, I think, is the next start of the next run. Should be fine. Should be fine. I actually don't even know who's up next. It's Nashua with Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2 bad ending. Yeah, I know. Milia just does not care about Gremio, Ted going on his mission up north at all. They were having an emotional moment and she's like, guys, I think this is the flower. Elephant noise, Black with his ventriloquist act there. Elephant noise, but no animation. There's the animation. Speaking of animation, I really like the sprite. I presume it's sprite work. I think this game's all based on sprites. Of the dragon, like, spiraling down out of the sky in a second here. It's very cool. Nice. And I'm gonna go here. Not yet. I'm gonna wait until after I've done this scene, because this scene's kind of long. Gotta remember to say no thank you to Milia, though, when she offers the dragon ride home. No, I'll walk. Keep your dragon away from me. Alright, now I'm gonna go here. That woman, this woman is an inn, by the way. She, you can rest or save. Rest and or save with her. So, this is a legit save. To be fair, I could use the game's actual save function at this point. It's Taiho that it messes with. Well, the dice games. Alright, now. Now we have a big, long recruitment spree. With some invisible character shenanigans. There's the cat grab. I think we're fine. I think we'll be looking at an on-time handover. But honestly, I actually I'm kind of just guessing because whoops. "45 minutes. Can I do? Is the rest of the game 45 minutes? There or thereabouts. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an early finish. do 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 do. No, there's no Vicky wrong warp in this game. I think that's only in 2. Possibly in the others as well. But there's no secret Vicky location in this game. Okay, we eject all, and we admit Mose, Luke, nope, Mass, Mies, Cleo. I don't think there's anything to sell. No, there isn't. Red flower seeds for Luke. We've already seen you, invisibly. Now we recruit you properly. Now, we're about to do Marco, recruit Marco, and reset the RNG, which is the RNG value that the rest of this recruitment spree relies on. So I'm going to save it beforehand in case I mess something up, which is a real possibility because, you know, messed up a few things in this run so far, and I haven't practiced this end part very much, so... God, I really have to pee, that Red Bull, man. Old lady broke now, yeah. Alright, 10. Right and 2 down. This is Clive. And we get 3 fairy, 1 creeper. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Clive? You there, bud? Yeah. Okay, 2 simultaneous movements go semi-fast. Right, 1 from bottom. tried to get myself in a good spot for Klon Cave here, running through it, to land on a sequence of fights that are all runs. But I'm not sure how well... Well, those first two look promising. McDowell crit if I free will? Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm quite late. And the rest of... The next two fights are runs. No, they're not. Okay, well, my notes are just wrong there, then. Maybe stuff's changed, I don't think. Yeah, this is, How much damage is this doing to people? Not, well, very little to McDowell. Please, no more. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, I might have to bribe. Which is 9 grand, I think. Yeah. I really don't think I can bribe this one. Oh, okay, that was ugly. Oh. Okay, now. Cave of Pain, indeed. Now we go, bloop. There's Sonia. Then we do that twice. So she becomes level 95. Then we swap Cleo and Luke and go to Garen. Now, I think I probably missed my NPC indicator for Dragons, for Seek Valley. We'll see, though. Okay, I last saved it just before Marco. Yeah, that Sonia and then the Matthew party menu was, yeah, invisible glitch. I was having to switch around who was in the back position of the party because that's what affects it. Okay, that looks familiar. I think that's the one that I should see. This is also a run? Oh. Do 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 do. Alright, now I have one more danger. And it's 2 right, 3 down. Yeah, remasters will be interesting, if they actually materialize. Please, no encounters. I really can't afford to get bodied by the stuff that lives here. Okay, by the absolute skin of my teeth, we are now done with that, recruitment session. I'm gonna just rest with Marie here, and then I'm gonna save. Now we need to go and speak to Matthew. Alright. Griffith/Moravia time. God, am I overrunning here? Is the end of the game half an hour away? I really don't know. Honestly, it's been too long since I ran this game to know. Now I could get Troll Griffith here. Now that could throw a real spanner in the works. And I don't know the formation, so I won't know. Yeah, I'm 30 underestimate, but I don't know if there's 30 minutes of the run left or more. I don't think there's less. Do-do-do-do. Wait. Yeah. Right. Cut off his head. Okay, so now there are going to be some beeps that happen here, and they might be quite loud. I actually have no idea what my volume settings are like for this thing. It's a little timer for how long I need to spend on this menu. And it's Flick, Sonia, Hellion. PB compared to this is like half an hour away. Well, let's get Moravia right then, shall we? Yeah? Does that sound like a plan? Okay. I think we're doing all right. All right, there's Moravia phase 1. Alright, let's go Moravia phase 2 and 3. Don't know if that's right. Yeah, it seems like Warren was supposed to have a bigger part, because yeah, they build him up as kind of a famous dude, and he's like going to be a big deal general. But then he just sort of gets sidelined. He never really... Nothing really happens with him. The fact that we can let go all these fights. It's just incredible. Oop. Alright, good. Yeah, that is cool, even if they did mess up the name transfer. Now Necklord's Castle, and I believe our champion's level is too high to see any encounters in Necklord's Castle, so that's nice. Just gonna run straight through. Really? Is there actual dialogue if you give your characters the same name in 1 and 2 and load the data in? Yeah, Necklord's theme's very cool. Oh, that's all. I didn't know that. Nice little trip through Necklord's Castle there. Calica. So glad I went to all this trouble to recruit you just so Matthew could inexplicably appear here himself. Alright, that's all our recruitment done, I think. First floor. And then they both just leave you there, yeah. No, remove Kryn as well. Attach Kryn's Holy Rune to Flick. Attach Champion's Crystal to Sonya. So give Sonya the Champion's Rune so she can help us out by bringing it through her own dungeon to ward off all the monsters. Now, cutscenes. Cleo and Pan getting very close there. Quick murder Sanchez, yeah. Flick, get him! Missed opportunity. Yeah, your first playthrough where, like, you just... I think everyone just presumed that that duel between Tio and Pan was just a forced loss. I know I did. Nope. Let's go. Now, I mentioned that all of the war fights are RNG resets. This one also is, but there are like 30 different values it can reset you to. So we have to look at the formation of the troops, and then use a wee little, another little tool that Zero made to determine from, the formation that our troops are in, which reset value it's given us, and this is hex 5-2. So well, all of them start with dragons, and then we're going to go magic, charge, magic. There are some that are just three rounds of magic and done, and that's fun because that means that Sonya uses her magic against herself. And it's a bit quicker, because charge takes a long time. What's up, Moondoggy D? Thank you for the good luck. Taught dad's new gear for lesson. Yeah, real problem child, exactly. Right, omit Stallion, Kasim, Sonia, and Hellion. Bring Sonia through her own dungeon. Have her be the champion's rune bearer. To add insult to injury. So not only are we bringing her through the dungeon, but she's the one who's making it so easy. Without seeing any encounters. Yeah, you be careful, Matthew. You never know. The inexplicable plan of burning a stone fortress floating on water to the ground might get triggered early. Anyone ever thought about how weird that is as a plan of attack for this place? Fire against a fortress made entirely of stone floating on water. He's a strategic genius. They do pour oil in the water, but still, you can't help but think there's got to be better. There must be a better way. Means no one will expect it. Yeah. The shell is extremely random. Sonia's clam. Giggity giggity. Come on, let's go. I'm on a time limit here. Yeah, as I thought, you had money. Let me die in my burning stone fort, yeah. She tries it. Victor's having none of it. Yeah, the water of the floating fortress is, that fancy flammable water. But we all wish our fortresses could float upon. It's alright for some. Alright, 13 minutes, can we do it? Don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be 5 or 10 minutes over. Flick's an absolute Chad. Maybe should have saved it before this, just in case I missed any recruits. Nah, there he is. Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm going to delay you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this run is not done in 12 minutes. Is it, though? Maybe it is. I don't know. Well, we're not sitting through the credits, I'll tell you that much. Yes, Hardy can't stop you. I might just run it back after this. Try and get a better Clon Cave and Necklord segment. I mean, I could do that on my channel, maybe. At some point. I just feel like I'd drive myself insane. Like, I'd be up for doing a 24-hour stream at some point, but it would have to be there'd have to be some variety, you know? I couldn't just be a 24-hour world record grind, or I wouldn't make it. I would give up. No way, woof. You tell him, Kuramimi. Suikoden 1 and 2 are beautifully made. I hope they do more with the remaster than just sort of overhaul the graphics, because, like, I think the graphics hold up. No, we don't need to buy anything. I've got loads more money than I need now. I could look at bribing an additional fight just off the cuff, but yeah, the reworked translation and music, exactly, just fix what's broken about it. Because, I mean, stuff like the menus, you know, the menu windows and stuff that they've showed in the previews, to me, look like absolute garbage. They just look like the standard menu windows in, like, RPG Maker. Just that sort of cobalt blue. Yeah, his wallet couldn't handle it. He was done. Oh, this is a fun little skip we got coming up. You can just walk around the two fights there. What's wrong with Family Attack? Yeah, that's true. It's kind of jarring. God, we might... It might be to the minute, you know. I'm not looking at the timer, I'm looking at the time. I reckon I'm going to finish the run at bang on the hour. Barbarossa, no! Three-headed dragon? How about some money? That cause you to give up your empire and jump off a balcony? I think so. Money OP. The empire was truly corrupt. Oh, thanks, Jolt. Yeah, the RNG manipulation in running this game goes deep. Like, the more you learn about it, the more interesting it is to watch runs of this game, I think. And to do runs. Power of friendship that saves you right at the end, yeah. All your friends that went north on that special mission. Also, I really enjoy how Kasim just stands up in a minute. He got zapped by Windy's, Palpatine-style lightning hands. And then he just kind of goes... Oh, suddenly feel much better. Always enjoy that. Barbarossa's joining the secret mission up north, yeah. Yeah, Gremio's soul's still in there, so what's the... yeah. Soulless husk, who somehow got his green cape and hatchet back from the prison. I like the guy in the bottom left who's still just chilling there because we skipped his fight. Ugh. Alright, we're so nearly there. Kurt Cobain only in 2? Yeah. And there it is. There's 8 o'clock. And we're done. Ugh. Underestimate. Yeah, 1 minute 13 seconds underestimate. Finished bang on 8 o'clock my time, whatever the current hour is for you wherever you are. Yeah, I had a whole minute to mess around with. What am I doing? Alright, well, this is the precise minute when I'm supposed to be handing over to Narshoi, who is doing Suikoden 2 Bad Ending, which presumably is running away with Nanami at that point where she's like, let's run away. Is it in Tinto? I don't know, I can't remember. But that should be fun.